Hello, gentlemen. Oh, welcome back. I'm dating Coach Naz. And in today's video, I want to get into why you keep getting rejected by women. Okay. And sometimes in life, when we have a pattern or a repetitive cycle that keeps on, coming into play, that is then our responsibility as a human being, as a man, to sit with ourselves and look within. A lot of the times, if there's something that is happening in our life that is a failure or whatever it is, maybe a relationship didn't work out, or you keep feeling like when you go on dates, things keep fizzling out and nothing is really sticking, there's a reason behind it. And until and unless we actually understand what the reason is, we're going to keep being stuck in that hamster wheel. And so that is why I always recommend people, like, if you have a problem, find a solution. Don't just sit in the mud and roll in it, because a lot of us tend to do that. So the first reason you keep getting rejected by a woman is that you see rejection as a failure instead of a redirection. And this was something that was one of my patterns, where I would always feel like I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, something is wrong with me, I'm just plain unlucky in life and nothing ever works out for me. That was my repetitive pattern. So a lot of the times we are our own worst enemies, and we tend to degrade and we tend to hurt our own selves. Forget about enemies, screw them. We are our own worst enemy, which is the worst part of this all. And so also, sometimes what happens in life is that the universe, God, is trying to protect you, because it knows that if you go in this direction, it's going to end up being a disaster for you. So it's really trying to protect you and show you the way that you're actually meant to go. Because again, if you really think about it, every soul has come here for a very specific purpose, for a specific reason. And sometimes your thinking and your thoughts is going to come in the way of the bigger plan, the bigger purpose. And so that's one of the reasons why, me included, now, if something is not going my way, let's say I start a relationship and things are just not feeling aligned, I'm not going to push it through and try to make it work. Why? Because I know it's going to it's going to mess up my life. So instead, I step back. I have to, again, align with my soul and connect with myself and understand, why is this relationship not the one for me? Why is this job opportunity not aligned with me right now? And once we really learn to reflect and not judge every single downfall in our life, that is when we truly align with our path and where we need to go. Okay? And also, sometimes with rejection, what we do as men, this is what I notice, is that I've noticed this recently with one of my clients, where, in general, what men do is, if you get rejected by a woman, let's say 10 times, so different women, of course, you never refine your approach. You never sit with yourself and think, well, what did I do wrong here? Was it something to do with my approach? Was it something to do with my energy internally? Do I need to work on myself? Am I coming across too strong? Am I getting intimate too quickly? What is it? We seldom tend to do this as a man. And this is what I notice, at least with the men that I work with. I'm not talking about every single man on the planet, but this is just what I notice as an observer. Okay, so the second reason you keep getting rejected by women is that your vibration is low. And when you're vibrating at a lower frequency, that means that you are desperate and you're not ready. And I think we seldom, again, tend to forget that in order to attract what you want, you need to vibrate at that level. You can't get something without energetically being that already. And if you feel like you're attracting people, but you can't hold it, you can't keep them for a long-term relationship, again, there is something there which has to do with more than just dating apps and social media and just women. It's more than that. And so once we really connect again with ourselves, which I think I said it 20 million thousand times now, but also your vibration. Okay. That is one of the biggest reasons why we tend to lose people or things tend to fizzle out. If you're vibrating at a low level, you're going to attract the wrong people, or you're also going to push the right ones away. Okay. Think like a magnet, whenever, sorry, there's like a storm going out there. And we don't just talk about, oh, that energy, women are intuitive. Like, we don't just say these things because it sounds great. There's actually something there that you might not be really paying attention to because you might think, oh, this is just what women talk about, astrology, whatever. I don't know why I got that accent. Anyways, studies show that 80% of attraction is based on non-verbal communication. Your energy, your body language, and overall presence. That is why I always tell men, like, don't be doing a bunch of things. You need to be calm and grounded. And that is what is really going to attract the right woman into your life. And women can sense when you're needy and insecure, and it tends to be a big turnoff for women. Women are drawn to men. Of course, your energy needs to be great, but men that are self-assured, that are confident, and that are at peace. And if you're not at peace, she's going to feel that chaotic energy, and then she won't be able to settle into her feminine energy. Okay, because if you think about a masculine energy, like you're the rock, and if you're all over the place, how is she going to be able to feel safe in her energy? She won't. And if you feel like this is something that you need to work on, focus on raising your energy. Okay. There's a lot of ways to do this, and also getting into the space of abundance and not neediness, not, oh, I need this relationship, I'm lonely. That energy does not attract anybody to you. And lastly, a couple of the ways you can raise your energy. I think we talk about this all the time, but I feel like we really don't put the emphasis on this. We rather would put the emphasis on our physicalities, which is going to the gym and getting a six-pack. And that is what women want. But that is the biggest BS of life. Yes, we want a man who looks great, but I would rather have a man. Yeah, I would like you to go to the gym for sure. But I also want you to be connected to nature. Go for walks, go for a hike, connect to something other than, the TV and work and your friends. Like, have something that is more meaningful in your life. And also practicing appreciation, gratitude. I feel like gratitude, people just don't like that word, but appreciating your day, appreciating the little moments in your day, whether it be just walking, taking a hike and just noticing a bird and just appreciating the moment with your mother and that laugh that you had, and just saying, I'm so grateful for this moment. Because if you can't do it in that moment, it doesn't matter how much success, how much money, how much wealth, how much whatever, cars, houses that you acquire, you're always going to feel alone. You're always going to feel like something is missing in your life, and you're going to have that productivity, and you're going to look great to everybody. Like, oh, look at him. He has all of these things, but deep down inside, you're not really committed. Wow. You're not really committed to yourself, to your truth, to your inner growth, to your happiness, and to your bliss, because you're so distracted by everything else going around you that you can't focus and you can't acknowledge the beauty that is around you. You're missing out on life because you're so darn focused on your goal that you're missing out on the most important part of reaching that goal, which is the journey. And this is something that I have to remind myself as well, because I'm human, just like all of you guys. And the last reason is because your ego is running the show. And I love what Wayne Dyer once said. Ego means edge God out. And he explains it so brilliantly, but basically what he means by that is when you are a little baby in your mother's womb, you're not stressed about, oh my God, am I going to make it till 10 years? Am I going to grow a brain? Am I going to grow a heart? You're just living. You're just breathing. Your body parts, they're just functioning successfully without you needing to do anything. You're not putting any effort to survive, to live. And a lot of the times, most of us, when we get out of there, your mother's womb, we tend to say, hey, I got this now. I'm gonna do all of, I'm gonna acquire all of these things by myself. I don't need you anymore. And I think that that is one of the reasons why a lot of men get held back. Sometimes you're so focused on pushing through and finding love that you're actually blocking it from coming to you. And you do not ever need to fight for love. It's really about just letting go of your ego's need for control and trusting the natural flow, the natural progression of how your life is meant to come about. But again, this also has to do with having intentionality in your life and not just, drinking, partying, sleeping around, having situationships, and then complaining, oh my God, I don't have a relationship. Oh, women suck and dating apps suck. And it's like having intention that, hey, I am going to wait. I am going to be more disciplined and more intentional and purposeful with the kind of relationships that I'm going to get into. And I'm not just going to be sleeping around with whoever is easy and the quickest, quickest one to get into my bed. And love really happens when you relax and when you stop forcing it to happen. And a lot of the times we tend to force ourselves to love another person, or we don't even know what love really feels like, but we think we know what it feels like. Even when, in the back of your mind, hey, this is something that feels a bit off, but I'm going to continue because it just, all of my friends are, getting married. So now I have to do it as well. Right. So instead of really asking yourself, do you really love this person? Is this somebody that you see your future with? And we tend to just push through. So those are my 3 reasons why you might be getting rejected by a woman. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share this video with somebody who really needs it. Again, give me your input. Tell me some, give me some feedback. What do you guys think? What is your opinion on this? I do want to go live very soon, and I want to get a bunch of questions that I can kind of just answer either on Instagram or on YouTube. I'm not really sure which one I want to do yet, but please do let me know if you have any specific questions. I'm going to answer it. Also, if you're ready to level up your dating game right now, then grab my Magnetic Attraction Breakthrough Single Session. The link is down below. All my details are down below. And thank you once again for spending your precious time with me. And I'm going to see you guys in my next video.